Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Welcome to Saturday morning. I really hope you've had a great week so far, that you've reached all the goals you set for yourself this week. And if you haven't, well, the week is not all the way done yet. We still have some time to do what needs to get done. Sunmedi, good morning. Happy Saturday morning to you. Our teacher this week is Neale Donald Walsch, the author of Conversations with God. And today's message is titled, Don't Jump into Reaction Mode at the First Appearance of Negative Energy. Let's get into today's message. The world around us is a swirling vortex of events, most of which are completely beyond our control. Yet we often find ourselves desperately trying to shape the world to our liking. It's almost as if we think we can grasp at the reins of a dozen wild horses and make them listen to us. This futile pursuit of control can lead to a life of constant stress, anxiety, and unhappiness. It is in these moments of turmoil that we must learn to let go, to surrender, and to discover the true source of peace within ourselves. You can't change what happens in the world around you, but you can change how you respond to what happens in the world around you. A few thoughts from Neale Donald Walsch. He says, you see, suffering has nothing to do with events, but with one's reaction to these events. What's happening is merely what's happening. How you feel about it is another matter. I have given you the tools with which to respond and react to events in a way that reduces, in fact eliminates pain, but you have not used them. Hey Anthony, good morning. It's always good seeing you, dude. Hello. Neale Donald Walsch says, do not jump into reaction mode at the first appearance of negative energy. Just breathe and relax. The last thought is, you cannot change the outer event, so you must change the inner experience. And if we accept that we can't change the outer events, then it only makes sense that the thing that we must and can do is change the inner experience. Just as there is constant movement, constant change in the world around us, so too our inner world is in constant flux. Within us, thoughts and emotions are always flowing in and out like clouds in the sky. And we need to create a similar spaciousness in our response to our inner world as we've learned to have with the world around us. When we master the pause, something remarkable happens. Negative energy transforms into opportunities for growth. Rather than being victims of circumstance, we become conscious participants in our own experience. This doesn't mean becoming passive or disconnected from life. Instead, it means engaging with life from a place of inner stability rather than reactive chaos. We learn to respond rather than react, to choose rather than to be chosen for. It is helpful to have a simple routine that gives us the opportunity to practice spaciousness, the ability to stop, breathe, and just observe for a while, not letting fear steer our reactions, but choosing how it is that we wish to respond. Today's meditation is one such simple practice. Please join us and learn to master the art of the pause. Anita, very good morning. Happy Saturday. Awesome seeing you pop in. I hope you have a little bit of time to sit down with us for a while. We are just ready to go. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up the balloon in your belly, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift at the top of your head toward the ceiling, and once you've reached your full height, you can again let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Today's meditation is a journey of checking in with this body, with the physical senses of this body. And we'll start that right now with your next exhale. As your body softens, bring your attention to your forehead, to the space between your eyes. Do you perhaps sometimes find yourself carrying a frown there? And when you do you remember to soften? With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to the area in and around your mouth. Do you perhaps sometimes find yourself grinding your teeth? Or your tongue pressed really hard against the roof of your mouth? Or your jaw muscles clenched tightly? And when you do, if you do you remember then to have a conversation with this body? To let this body know that it is safe, and it would be safe to soften. With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your neck and shoulders. Do you sometimes find your shoulder muscles being tight? Shoulders pulled up high, almost level to your ears. And in those moments when you find those tight muscles there, do you remember to take a few big breaths, to roll out your shoulder muscles and help your body soften? With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your stomach area. This really is where tension hides the most effectively. We can carry tension in our abdomens for years without even really realizing it. When you do realize the tightness you're holding there, do you remember to have a conversation with this body? Let this body know that right now it is safe. And it would be safe to let go of the tension, let go of what's being held on to, and become much softer. Then with your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your legs, to your arms, specifically though to your hands. That is the other place where we can hold on to tension without realizing it. Right now though, are your hands half open, relaxed in your lap? We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies continuing, stretching, moving, settling down. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. And then one more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now. We can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. So as you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, take a moment to really welcome yourself to this body. Perhaps even wrap your arms around this body and let this body know, hello body, I really love having you. Take your next big breath. Our journey of the senses starts at the top with our eyes and then works its way through our body. So with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, the question is, if you were to open your eyes, what would be a very obvious thing that you would see? Now be playful about the exercise. There's no way to do this right or wrong. But in this exercise, with your eyes closed, find that obvious object and use your mind to see this object from all of its angles. Study its color, find all of its texture. Take your next big breath. Now let's change gears. We're still staying with your eyes and what you can see, but this time, if you were to open your eyes, what would be something much less obvious that you would see? Something small or something hidden? And as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, study this less obvious object with your mind. See it from all of its angles and find all of its color and texture. Be playful with the exercise. Take your next big breath. Today's meditation is called Come to Your Senses because we use this as a practice of observing all of our outer senses, going from top to bottom through our bodies. What we are really practicing, though, is becoming really good at the art of the pause. The art of the pause is simply the ability to take a step back and just observe. For a moment, do nothing but just see what is here. What is it that I'm looking at? The art of the pause can be applied to external circumstances. When we're dealing with a human being who might be reactive right in front of us in our space, we have the choice to be equally reactive in turn. Or we have the choice to take a step back and pause. Take a few breaths and wait for our wisdom to catch up before we respond. So for the moment, just embrace practicing the art of the pause. We're taking a step down from our eyes to our ears, and this time as you take a deep breath in, dive deep into you. Bring your attention to whatever obvious sound you hear, the most obvious sound. Now listen deep into this obvious sound. See if you could possibly find the fluctuations, the different vibrations in this obvious sound. Simply pay attention. Take your next big breath. We'll change gears, still staying with what you can hear, but this time become curious about what you can barely hear. What is barely more than a whisper, the faintest sound in your environment? As you take a deep breath, dive deep into you and focus, zoom in on this faint sound. Take your next big breath. Notice the art of the pause, doing nothing but observing. We're able to apply this to the world around us, learn to pause and breathe instead of react, and we can equally apply this to the world inside of us. When we have big emotions and heavy thoughts, we can become equally good at taking a step back, embracing the art of the pause, and just witnessing the thoughts, feelings, emotions that our bodies are capable of. And also not react to ourselves instantly, but wait. Give ourselves time to respond from a deeper wisdom. We'll take another step down in our practice. Today's practice is simply how to be a good observer. The next two stops are a little bit more tricky, right? The sense of smell and then the sense of taste. They're a little bit difficult to do if you don't have something to bring to your nose or your mouth so you can smell or taste. And also you might need to change your breathing. Perhaps the breath hold doesn't work for you right now. Do whatever you need to do. The next stop is your nose. So as you take your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, see if there's any obvious smell that you can find right now. Take your next big breath. Then we'll change gears, still staying with what you can smell, but this time, see if you find anything else. Anything besides the first obvious smell. Take your next big breath. Smell is probably one of the best senses to practice mastering the art of the pause. We tend to find it very hard to not have an instant reaction to a bad smell. So the next time you encounter a really bad smell, try and take the invitation to master the art of the pause first. Especially, and this tends to be the worst for most of us, if that bad smell comes from somewhere in your home, your kitchen, perhaps it's just the bin in your kitchen. But the next time that bad smell hits, could you take a moment? Could you put a smile on your face? Perhaps even convince yourself to smell it again. Take a deep breath in. For a moment, just observe without reacting. Now, here's what we learn when we become really good at the art of the pause. This doesn't mean that we don't take action. This doesn't mean that we just let everything go. But it means we get to choose. Instead of being chosen for, having your environment or your programming choose for you how you will react. We get to choose, but we have to practice it. If we are able to sit with that smell in the kitchen for a few minutes, taking it in, not avoiding it, not running from it, taking it in. And then go, okay, so seeing that I am okay, clearly I won't die. Now let me choose. What am I going to do about this smell? I think I'll take the bin out and put a new liner in. If you really master the art of the pause, it means you will always be allowing yourself the space for wisdom to surface before you choose how to respond. The next stop is the trickiest one of them all, and it asks you to bring along a healthy dose of curiosity, the smell of taste. Now, if you don't have anything to bring to your mouth and taste right now, then again, be really curious. If you take a deep breath, would there be anything that you could taste? Give it a try. Take your next big breath. We'll change gears again, asking for even more curiosity. As you take your next big breath to dive deep into you, could there possibly be anything else to taste beyond the first, perhaps obvious taste? What this asks of us is just be a good observer, be a good witness, see if there's more. Take your next big breath. We'll take another step down. The last one, the last stop, is the surface of your skin. Scan the surface of your skin and find where is the most obvious sensation. And for a moment, rest your attention there. Feel everything there is to feel in that obvious sensation. Take your next big breath. And then just one more time, for the very last time, scan the surface of your skin and find where is the slightest sensation. Can you find a spot perhaps where you can only just feel fabric rest on skin? Or perhaps you're able to feel the air touch the skin on your forehead or your cheek. Take your next big breath. We'll take just one more big breath together to slip out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. What becomes available to us when we become really good at the art of the pause? When we become really good at not instantly reacting to everything, but waiting for our wisdom to catch up, so that we can respond from deeper wisdom. Neale Donald Walsch's thoughts this morning speak to this. He says, "You see, suffering has nothing to do with events, but with one's reaction to events. What's happening is merely what's happening. How you feel about what's happening, that's another matter entirely. You have been given the tools with which to respond and react to events in a way which reduces, in fact, eliminates pain, but you have not used them. Do not jump into reaction mode at the first appearance of negative energy. Just breathe and relax. You cannot change the outer event, so you must change the inner experience. Just as there is constant movement, constant change in the world around us, so too our inner world is in constant flux. Within us, thoughts and emotions are always flowing in and out like clouds in the sky. And we need to create a similar spaciousness in our response to our inner world as we have learned to have in the world around us. When we master the pause, something remarkable happens. Negative energy transforms into opportunities for growth. Rather than being victims of circumstance, we become conscious participants in our own experience. This doesn't mean becoming passive or disconnected from life. Instead, it means engaging with life from a place of inner stability rather than reactive chaos. It means we learn to respond rather than react. It means we learn to choose rather than be chosen for. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this body and all of its amazing sensory experiences. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that I can pause. I don't have to instantly react. And when I practice like this simple exercise today, which we can practice every day, take a moment, a few minutes even, to just feel your senses and remind yourself that you don't have to instantly react to any of these senses. You can take a moment to choose. Take a deep breath in. And thank you for learning that I can apply the exact same to my inner senses, my inner world. When the thoughts, emotions, and feelings are big, I likewise don't have to react to them instantly. I can actually become really good at taking a step back and just watching what's unfolding. Seeing what the thoughts are doing, feeling what the emotions are doing. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that when I give it time, wisdom always catches up. Our instant reaction comes from instinct. Comes from what the body has learned in the past. It comes from our programming and our patterns. That's where the knee-jerk reaction always comes from. But whenever we give it a bit of time and wait, our slower brain, our wisdom catches up. And we're going to learn to become really good at that. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for slipping into this space along with us. Thank you, Danae. Anita, thank you for popping in this morning. I hope you have time in future to pop in with us again. Nella, it's really good to see you. Happy Saturday. I hope that you're well. Colette, good morning. Happy Saturday. I love your response. Yes, we need to constantly remind ourselves, and I still need to remind myself, that I don't have to instantly react to things. I can wait. Wisdom will bring a deeper message. Thank you, Sunmuddy. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, beautiful humans. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao. Facebook's giving me a moment. There we go.